Hey guys, and welcome back to another super fresh video with yours truly, the voice of reason, right here on YouTube. So let's just get right into this one, shall we? I get a lot of questions from you guys about aging and veganism. Some of you want to know if veganism can give you more energy or even help make you look younger. Some of you have asked for a discussion on skincare, which really isn't something I know very much about. And I also get questions asking my opinion on veganism and childhood. So this video aims to address those issues and reflects my personal experience and point of view. It's in no way a scientific justification for anything. So if you're considering a significant change to your diet, then, as I've said before, you should consult with a doctor. And I'll link a website I just discovered that lists some vegan doctors possibly in your very area. The list at this stage looks limited, but hopefully it'll grow, so you might want to bookmark and watch it over time. So to get started, take a look at this short clip.
As far as my dietary program is concerned, I happen to be a vegan. I've been a vegan now for about half my life. I think that that's a healthy form of nutrition.
So if you don't know, that was Dr. Ellsworth Wareham, and he is 98 in the video, and he's now actually 102, and I read in October he's still thriving and sharing his message. And I can tell you he's not the only older person thriving on a vegan diet. There are well-known YouTubers such as Annette Larkin and Mimi Kirk who completely defy the aging process. Take a look.
Guess what? Daddy, my husband, your father, he is leaning in the direction of making this a meatless kitchen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're getting there, boy.
Hey, it's coming, it's coming.
Hi everybody, it's Mimi, live, and it's Thursday, and I'm in my kitchen. I know, the hat in my kitchen's kind of funny, huh? But kind of into my hat today.
And I'll tell you that both Annette and Mimi were 73 years old when these videos were uploaded to YouTube. So could it be that veganism is possibly a fountain of youth? Story time here, the liquor store I go to most often has a pretty strict age limit policy, and they state on their door that if you appear younger than 40, then they'll ask you to produce ID. And I'd say I get carded in that liquor store more often than not. And I'm never upset when they ask. So is there anything to this vegan diet and aging? Well, I personally think so. Eating a healthy diet will never hurt. However, health and aging are complex subjects affected by many variables, and I'm the last person to make any broad stroke statements on the subject. But I do believe my diet has increased my energy level. Before I went vegan, my energy often shifted through the day, especially around late afternoon when I felt like I needed to take a nap. And energy was the first thing that stood out for me after going vegan, which I did literally overnight about 5 years ago now. The diet seemed to moderate my energy even when I wasn't well rested. But as my doctor once told me over a decade ago, my energy level would start to decline, especially around the age of 50. So I'm proving him wrong so far. I have no aches and pains, no need for naps. I still run. I do weights, I do power yoga, I'm up early every morning and usually start my day with morning exercise. And I can't say I feel noticeably that much different than I did when I was 25. As for skincare, because I know you guys have been asking about it, I'll say this. If I had to say what my skincare routine has been for most of my adult life, it would go like this. Fruits, veggies, green veggies, whole grains, berries, peanut butter, beans, rice, and the list would go on from there. I think having a healthy appearance starts from the inside out. I've always been going to the gym consistently since I was in my teens, and I've always been quite active. And I think drinking a lot of water helps too. And like so many doctors keep telling us, put on SPF before you go outside. So there's my skincare routine, that's it. And of course, jeans, has a lot to do with how we age and look, in my opinion. I know there's a newer science that says genes have different expressions that can be up and down regulated, and your diet and exercise routine can influence this. Whether that's true or not, I thought the idea sounded at least encouraging enough to follow a healthy lifestyle. And in my 20s and 30s, I always flirted with vegetarianism and aimed to keep my meat consumption to a minimum. Both for health and budget reasons, meat was something I ate only occasionally. I always liked to root through the freezer sections of health food stores and loved trying weird foods like tofu and tempeh. I've been eating both since my 20s. Sometimes I'd go a week without eating meat, and I stopped drinking milk when I was, I think, 19 or 20. And cheese over 10 years ago. Now don't get me wrong here, I did eat meat at one point and I ate fried food, and I'm certainly not saying that my diet today is even perfect. Unlike Dr. Ellsworth, I'm not so sure I'm trying to live to 102. I like fried food occasionally, I like beer, I like cookies, and just about anything that's vegan. But to me, the dose makes the poison. Since my cholesterol is low and my doctor says I'm pretty healthy, then I give myself some cheat days. I never feel bad when I eat these kinds of foods and have some longevity in my family tree. But there are some doctors who really warn us away from these kinds of foods. And probably the most well-known is the very great Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn. Take a look.
We avoid the foods that injure the endothelium. What are they? Even pure virgin olive oil, corn oil, soybean oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, coconut oil, palm oil.
I love this guy. He's not fooling around with anyone's health and has a proven track record of reversing some of the worst cases of heart disease. And I think he's careful not to encourage moderation, because some people's idea of moderation can get them into a lot of trouble. I think if you're older like me, then you should monitor your health and make adjustments as required. And I think people like Caldwell Esselstyn offer some people a second chance on life. As I've reported in the past, Dr. Michael Greger has warned us of similar issues. Take a look.
Jay Dinshaw, founder and spokesperson of the American Vegan Society. He died too, apparently of a heart attack. He was 66 years old. What? Died of a heart attack? How? Never ate a burger in his life.
And like Esselstyn, Greger argues it has a lot to do with the oil.
Okay, now if you look at the diagram, you see that's really only half the story. Yes, we have to increase our omega-3s, but we also have to decrease our omega-6s. Thankfully, that's totally easy. All we have to do is we go home tonight, and if we have any of the following oils, if you have any of the following oils in your house, cottonseed oil, corn oil, safflower oil, or sunflower oil, you are in need of an oil change.
So get informed, get a healthcare practitioner who you can trust, and discuss the viability of a vegan diet. Now, I know some of you have children and are trying to raise kids on a vegan diet, or you're considering it. And everyone wants to make the best choices for their kids nutritionally and socially. And if you were in doubt, it is the position of the American Dietetic Association that a vegan diet can be healthy at every stage of life. But some kids report getting teased or asked silly questions for being vegan. Take a look.
You know, my daughter has to confront the children in the lunchroom, you know, who are saying that she has a weird lunch. And I was just flabbergasted that in the late 70s, you know, I was getting the same kind of comments.
I really like this video, and it's from a channel called Plant-Based Parenting. This is a guy who grew up vegan himself and is now raising vegan children. And he says the same issues he faced as a kid are creeping into his daughter's lunchroom at school. Growing up can be hard, full stop. But whenever we are different, it can make some kids really uncomfortable. And some kids love being different. Here are a brother and sister who were raised vegan explaining this.
Okay. I guess for me, I was okay about being weird and different. We were kind of very, very odd in that regard. He hated being different and I loved being the weird kid.
And then he goes on to discuss how it was hard for him at times.
And just being made to feel like an outsider, you know, everyone is eating one thing and then you're on your own eating that thing, birthday parties, all that kind of stuff. But there's also a lot of good with it as well.
I think these issues will really vary depending on where you live, and I really think the long-term benefits of the diet outweigh some of the short-term social awkwardness that can happen even if you're not vegan. And once other kids know, they may just start going along with it. And rest assured, there are lots of kids who are vegan. Take a look.
You're 4 years old. Are you vegan?
Yes.
Have you been vegan your entire life?
Yes.
And this next clip comes from one of my favorite channels I've only started watching recently. Take a look.
Hi guys, my name's Hassan, I'm 8 and I'm vegan, and welcome to Healthy Crazy Code!
What more can I say? I wouldn't be here today if the old school didn't pave the way.
Aslan's been vegan for about 2 or 3 years now, and yeah, I'm just going to show you what we would eat on a typical day when we're hanging out together.
I can relate to Miles here, as I too have a nephew who is influenced by my diet and who talks about becoming vegan. So, no matter what age you are, being vegan can make you stand out. It can also give you more energy. It could make you feel and look younger. But no matter what, make changes with proper help and support, and I hope you decide to let me know down below just how it's going for you. Alright guys, there's the video for today, so please weigh in down below. Are you an older person who is on a vegan diet and thriving? Or are you struggling on a vegan diet as an older person? Are you raising a child who's vegan or thinking about it? If you have questions, concerns, or successes, please report them down below. Other people can benefit from them as well. And if you haven't already, start following me today on Instagram and Twitter. The links are down below in the description box. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my little YouTube channel. And I look forward to seeing you right back here very soon for another super fresh video.